everyone, I just wanted to do a quick comparison with HDR and to show you that just because you can doesn't always mean that you should. I was out here at the gardens and taking a bunch of HDR sets thinking that I would really need it, and they're just pixels, so if I don't need them, I can toss them. So I have this set right here, so 49, 50, and 51. So I have my metered exposure, which actually looks pretty good. I don't have a lot of highlight and shadow loss. And then I have my 2 stops underexposed and my 2 stops overexposed, and I combined these to make this HDR right here. And I did that by going photo merge HDR, and it put them together and it spit out this DNG. So what I want to do is do just a quick side-by-side comparison between this raw image that actually has pretty good dynamic range all by itself and the HDR that I applied a medium amount of ghosting to. So, when you first look at them, they almost look identical and they're pretty close as far as the dynamic range is concerned, and it doesn't appear that there's anything really out of place. But I want to take a closer look. So I am zoomed into 200% to this corner right up, right there, right up in here. So I'm going to zoom in on the HDR that was put together in Lightroom, which does a fantastic job, by the way. I'm not, poo-pooing Lightroom here. I use the HDR, the merge to HDR all the time, and I think it does a wonderful job. But in this case, what I want you to see is this weird banding, these lines going along the edge of just about every single branch and leaf. And I'm just not seeing that over here on the original image because, again, it's just a single photo. So when you are doing HDR, sometimes, yes, you absolutely have to if you want the full dynamic range and your camera simply was not able to capture it in a single shot, then yeah, take multiple photos. Sometimes just a manual blend in Photoshop might work a little bit better, but I highly advise that you come in here and look closely, because the last thing that you want is to spend time working on, say, this image right here, the HDR, and you go, oh, that looks really good, and I'm going to work on this, and I'm going to, embellish it the way that I want. And then you go and you print it, and you print it big, and you print it on something like metal that just brings out tons and tons of detail. And then all of a sudden, you notice in your print these weird little funky lines in certain places. And that's a major disappointment. So when you are putting your HDR images together, especially with any type of software program that does it for you and puts its own algorithms to that image, definitely zoom in a minimum of 100%. I would advise 200 to 300% if you're going to print it really big, so that there are no disappointments when you finally get that print. I hope this helps as a little reminder to make sure that to zoom in on those images and make sure that they are exactly the way that you want them before you are done working. So everybody have a great weekend, and I will see you soon.